Is this thing on? Oh, it is. Hi. But today we are going to be making an infused Vietnamese spring rolls. I get spring rolls and summer rolls confused because people call spring rolls different things for like when it's fried, but this is a Vietnamese spring roll and it's also a summer roll. I don't know, but it's delicious, it's refreshing. I love eating it, especially now that the weather is getting a little nicer. Let's get started. So some of you might not know, this is actually one of my first YouTube videos. If you happen to stumble upon this video, please like and subscribe. I have wanted to do YouTube for so long and I just kept talking about it, but I did nothing about it because I was scared. And so even before I became a cannabis coach and started working with infused foods, even in college, I was wanting to do a YouTube cooking channel and I just never did it because I realized I was so afraid. But I had to reassess my fear because it's like, am I gonna allow my fear to stop me from showing up to the work that I wanna do? So I've been trying to use this method of rewiring my mind and how I address my fears. Let me actually get the list for you guys. So here, I wrote down literally why I haven't started my YouTube channel yet. And in one column, I wrote down all my fears, and then the other side, I wrote down positive replacement and best case scenarios. Do you want to hear some of these? Because some of them I'm just like, what the heck was I thinking? One of the fears that I had was I don't have an island kitchen to make my videos look nice. That is the biggest load of BS ever because and if I want to make it happen, it will happen. No one's going to watch it. Well, how do I know that? I don't. I know my friends will watch it. My family will watch it. Heck, I'll make Cooper watch it. Someone will watch it, but I won't know until I try. And the biggest one is, what if I fail or that I'm not good enough or consistent enough? The only way that I can fail at doing this is not to do it at all, right? Because I can make videos, some will be good, some will not be good, and that's fine. That is the point of this journey called life. It's about growing and failing and doing things that are out of your comfort zone. And I wrote a bunch of other things down, but I realized that every time I wrote down a fear, it was me telling myself that I wasn't good enough, but I am good enough. I'm more than good enough. And you are too. Whatever it is that you want to do in this life, you can do it despite what your fears are telling you, despite what other people tell you. You are good enough. I feel like a lot of times we have these outside factors, right? Everyone and everything, society telling us about what we should and shouldn't do, when the only validation we need is from ourselves. Like moments like this is when I have such a deep appreciation for cannabis. I'll have a little smoke or a little edible, and I will sit down and have moments like this where I'm not as afraid to face my fears, and I come to these profound understandings that I am not my fears and my thoughts are not who I am, and that I have a choice. And that's why I love cannabis so much, because I have anxiety, and that anxiety can spiral into fear, can spiral into depression. But when I have cannabis, fear just melts away. If you feel the same way or have ever felt the same way that I did with anxiety and depression, just please know that there's hope and that there is a natural way that can help quiet down whatever is going on in your mind, the lies that your mind is telling you. And just know that there are people like me to support you through it. We never have to go through any of this alone. So whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you can do it. Don't let the fears get in the way. Don't let your mind control you, because you have control of your mind. Just know that. So let's go check on these nudes now. And here is the fun part, where we're gonna roll everything up using our rice paper, which is also called bantan. And the common mistake is that you're going to dip it until it gets soggy soft. You're only gonna dip it until it gets wet, and then it will soften on its own. Now let's make the peanut dipping sauce. This sauce is literally so easy to make because it only requires a couple of ingredients, and it's so versatile that you can actually thin it out and use it as a sauce for other noodle dishes. I love it because it is this like sweet but savory and salty and like peanut buttery creaminess that just kind of really balances out and cuts through the freshness and crispness of the spring rolls. I almost said Christmas. For the infusion part, I'm going to be using my infused MCT oil that I made. The reason why I chose MCT is because MCT is very neutral. There's no real taste to it. I didn't want to use something like an olive oil that would have that olive oil taste, and that might disturb the flavors of an already perfect pair. We don't want to mess with it. Peanut butter, I know there's a lot of fat in it already, so the MCT is going to bind super well in this sauce and we won't have any separation problems. Yeah, let's make it and you can thank me later. And would you look at that? Can't forget our sauce. It is so good. It's literally so light and refreshing to eat, especially with all the herbs. And I love that you can put in whatever you want in it. Just make the sauce. That's it. It's all in the sauce, baby.